Hey everyone, and welcome back to Before AGI. Today we're going to be strapping in for a deep dive into the world of AI, specifically what's making waves in 2024. We've got a really interesting mix of articles and research that you guys have sent in on AI trends, and we're here to help you sift through it all.
It's fascinating to see how the AI landscape is constantly shifting. Last year everyone was buzzing about generative AI, but now companies are starting to get real about its potential in their businesses.
Yeah, one of the articles from Tech Target actually calls it a generative AI reality check. What exactly are businesses bumping up against?
Well, think about it. 2022 was all about the wow factor of tools like ChatGPT. Now, as companies try to move beyond just experimenting, they're finding that generative AI isn't a simple plug-and-play solution. One key challenge is the need for massive data sets to train these models effectively. And then there's the whole issue of ensuring data privacy and security, which is especially critical when dealing with sensitive information.
So it's not just about the cool factor anymore. It's about practical implementation and making sure it actually delivers results.
Exactly. And that brings us to another exciting trend that we're seeing, the rise of multimodal AI. This is where things get really interesting. Instead of AI systems that just process text, imagine AI that can understand and analyze images, audio, even video, all at the same time, just like we do.
That's mind-blowing. So is this like AI finally catching up to how we humans process the world around us?
It's definitely a significant step in that direction. Multimodal AI allows for a much richer understanding of information. Think about it in the context of healthcare. Instead of just analyzing your medical records, AI could combine those records with your lab results, MRI scans, maybe even recordings of your conversations with your doctor. It paints a much more comprehensive picture.
Wow, that could lead to some seriously personalized treatment plans. But I imagine building these kinds of powerful AI models must be super expensive, right?
It can be, but thankfully, open source AI is starting to level the playing field. Think of it like the open source movement in software development. Companies and individuals are sharing their AI models and code. This means that even smaller companies or individual developers can build on existing work without starting from scratch.
So it's like a giant collaborative effort pushing AI forward.
Precisely. It's democratizing AI development and making it much more accessible, which is incredibly exciting. But here's the catch. With all this rapid growth in AI, finding people who can actually design, deploy, and manage these increasingly complex systems is becoming a real challenge.
You're right. The Tech Target article talked about a major talent gap in the AI field. Companies are practically scrambling to find people with the right skills. It even mentioned this specific role called MLOps. What is that exactly?
Good catch. MLOps stands for Machine Learning Operations. Essentially, it's a role that bridges the gap between developing AI models and actually deploying and managing them in real-world applications. Think of it as the glue that holds the entire AI lifecycle together.
So if you're looking for a hot career path, AI is definitely the place to be right now. But all this talk about AI makes me wonder, are those digital avatars we used to see becoming a bigger part of our lives?
Oh, absolutely. Remember those clunky robotic figures from a few years ago? Well, hold on to your hats because they're evolving into incredibly realistic digital humans powered by AI. We're talking about lifelike digital representations that can mimic human expressions, movements, and even speech patterns with amazing accuracy.
Okay, that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie. But seriously, where are we actually seeing these digital humans being used?
One fascinating example comes from NTT Data. They talk about a Danish labor union that's actually using a digital human named Ada as their receptionist. Ada can greet visitors, answer basic questions, even provide information about local transportation, all in both English and Danish.
That's wild. So it's not just about novelty anymore. These digital humans are taking on real-world jobs and responsibilities.
That's right. As these digital beings become more sophisticated and capable, it really makes you wonder about the implications for the future of work. But that's a whole other can of worms we can unpack another time. It's funny you mentioned the future of work because one of our sources, IBM, talks about this phenomenon they call shadow AI. Have you heard about this?
Shadow AI. No, that's a new one for me. Sounds kind of ominous. What's that all about?
It's actually a pretty fascinating trend. Shadow AI refers to the use of AI tools in the workplace, but without official approval or oversight from IT departments. It's like a hidden world of AI adoption happening under the radar.
So like employees just going rogue and using AI however they want.
Well, not necessarily rogue, but they're definitely embracing AI tools to get their work done faster and more efficiently, even if their companies haven't formally adopted those tools yet.
Can you give me an example of what this shadow AI looks like in practice?
Sure, think about someone using ChatGPT to help them write reports or draft emails or maybe even analyze data to support their decision making. These are things that AI can do incredibly well, so it's no surprise that people are turning to these tools.
I guess it makes sense. If there's a tool that can make your life easier and help you do your job better, why wouldn't you use it? But I can see how this could create some headaches for companies, especially when it comes to security and data privacy.
You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly the challenge that companies are facing right now. They're playing catch up, trying to establish policies and guidelines for responsible AI use, while employees are already out there embracing these tools.
It's a bit of a Wild West situation, isn't it? So we've got this tension between the rapid adoption of AI by individuals and companies trying to figure out how to manage it all. But let's shift gears a bit. Another article you sent in, this one from Tatita, caught my eye because it talked about something called multimodal AI in healthcare.
Oh, yeah, that's a really interesting area. Remember how we were talking about multimodal AI earlier, how it combines different types of data like text, images, and audio? Well, in healthcare, this has the potential to completely revolutionize the way we diagnose and treat diseases.
Okay, I'm all ears. Give me the rundown.
Sure. Imagine a doctor being able to look at your medical records, your lab results, x-rays, even videos of your physical movements all at the same time. By combining all of this information, AI algorithms could detect patterns and insights that might be missed by human doctors looking at each piece of data in isolation.
That's incredible. It's like giving doctors a superpower to see things they couldn't see before.
Exactly. It's all about creating a more complete and holistic understanding of a patient's health.
Are there any specific examples of how this is being used today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the sources you shared mentioned a really amazing example. Researchers at University College London have developed an AI that can analyze images of the retina and actually predict Parkinson's disease years before any symptoms even appear.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. So instead of waiting for the disease to progress, doctors could potentially start treatment much earlier, maybe even slow down or prevent the onset of symptoms altogether.
That's the hope. And it's not just limited to Parkinson's. There's a lot of research happening in other areas like cancer detection and cardiovascular disease. Multimodal AI could become a game changer for early diagnosis and preventative medicine.
I'm starting to see how powerful this technology really is. But I also wonder if it will make healthcare more expensive, especially if it requires all this advanced technology and data analysis.
That's a valid concern. The cost of developing and deploying these AI systems can be significant. But there are also arguments to be made that early diagnosis and prevention could actually lead to lower healthcare costs in the long run.
So it's a bit of a trade-off. But overall, it seems like the potential benefits of multimodal AI in healthcare are huge. What else is catching your eye in this stack of sources?
Well, there's a lot of talk about the increasing realism of digital humans, particularly in the field of healthcare.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about those earlier. So what's new in the world of digital humans?
Well, they're becoming incredibly lifelike thanks to advances in AI-powered animation and voice synthesis. We're seeing companies like Synthesia, which is mentioned in one of the articles you provided, creating digital humans that are almost indistinguishable from real people.
I have to admit, it's kind of creepy how realistic they're getting, but I can also see how they could be incredibly useful, especially in healthcare.
Right. Think about it. You could have a digital human nurses who can interact with patients, answer their questions, provide emotional support, and even monitor their vital signs, all without getting tired or needing a break.
That would free up human nurses to focus on more complex tasks and provide more personalized care to patients who really need it. It's almost like having an extra pair of hands, or in this case, an extra digital human.
It's a fascinating possibility, and it's not just about nurses. Imagine digital human therapists who can provide mental health counseling or digital human coaches who can guide patients through rehabilitation exercises. The applications are endless.
So these digital humans aren't just taking jobs away from people, they're actually creating new possibilities and enhancing the capabilities of human healthcare professionals.
That's exactly right. And
Yeah.
that's what's so exciting about AI. It's not about replacing humans. It's about augmenting our abilities and helping us solve problems in ways we never thought possible.
You know, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about AI is that it's going to take over the world and make humans obsolete.
I agree. I think it's much more likely that AI will become a powerful tool that we can use to improve our lives and solve some of the world's biggest challenges.
So it's not about humans versus AI, it's about humans and AI working together.
Absolutely. And that's a message that we need to keep emphasizing as AI continues to evolve.
Okay, so we've talked about the practical realities of generative AI, the potential of multimodal AI in healthcare, and even the rise of these super realistic digital humans. It seems like AI is really starting to touch every aspect of our lives.
It really is. And one area where it's having a profound impact is in the business world. Companies are using AI to streamline operations, personalize customer experiences, and even gain a competitive edge.
Yeah, one of the articles from IBM talks about how AI is helping businesses become more agile and responsive to change. It mentions this thing called AI-powered decision intelligence, which sounds pretty intense.
It is. Basically, it's about using AI to analyze vast amounts of data and provide insights that can help businesses make better decisions faster. Think about things like predicting customer demand, optimizing supply chains, or even identifying emerging market trends.
So AI is like a super-powered analyst that can crunch numbers and spot patterns that humans might miss.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is that AI is becoming more accessible to businesses of all sizes, not just the big tech giants.
That makes sense. The article from TechTarget mentions that open source AI platforms are making it easier and more affordable for smaller companies to experiment with and adopt AI solutions.
Absolutely. And this is leading to a wave of innovation across industries. We're seeing companies use AI in everything from marketing and sales to finance and human resources.
I even read about a company that's using AI to develop personalized ketchup.
Wait, what? Personalized ketchup. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, it was in this article from the Harvard Business Review. Apparently, Heinz used AI to analyze a ton of data about people's preferences for ketchup. And then they created an AI model that can generate unique ketchup recipes tailored to individual tastes.
That's wild. I never thought I'd see the day when AI could help me craft the perfect ketchup blend. But it speaks to the power of AI to personalize experiences and cater to individual preferences, even in unexpected areas.
It seems like AI is really blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. We're seeing it in those digital humans we were talking about, and now even in something as tangible as ketchup.
That's a great observation. And it's a trend that's only going to accelerate in the coming years. As AI becomes more sophisticated, we'll see even more creative and innovative applications that blend the physical and digital realms.
This has been an incredible deep dive. We've covered so much ground, from the practical challenges of generative AI to the potential of multimodal AI in healthcare and the mind-blowing rise of digital humans. I feel like I have a much better grasp on what's happening in the world of AI.
Me too. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. AI is evolving so rapidly that it's hard to even imagine what the future holds.
One thing's for sure, it's an exciting time to be following the world of AI. And for our listeners who want to stay ahead of the curve, what resources would you recommend?
I definitely encourage everyone to check out Ian Okieng's AI YouTube channel. He's got tons of tutorials and insights that can help you understand the technical side of AI. And of course, be sure to subscribe to Before AGI for more deep dives into the latest AI trends and developments.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. It's been a fascinating conversation. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring for slaying there.